Mima, mo, mima, mima. So, welcome back to Lightwave Guru. This year, today is the first video. We take or have a deep look into FiberFX from John Tyndall. And FiberFX is the most underrated tool on this planet. Trust me, guys. Then you can make with FiberFX any type of hair, trust me. I will show you that. And all I show today is we use FiberFX Strand Modeler tool from it's integrated in the Lightwave modeler, and we use then for rendering and shading Octane and not the FiberFX filter plugin from Lightwave. Yes, and the reason is that I can give in Octane under the object properties every spline or two-point poly chain or here like that own thickness, and I can give that hair patch or hair part his own surface, so I have with more than one hair layer the possibility to stranded hairs or coloring hairs in different ways. Yes, or I can paint the hair with that option. So I make a switch, I go to that picture. I think the one or other have seen it in Facebook or in the Lightwave forum channels or in the auto channels. And that example here show the complexity of hair. And I do something that they're not normal in normal life. For example, the strays here are much too thick, but I do it to show that you can give different hair layers here. These three hair layers, different thickness. Yes, that's not the reason is not I'm stupid or so. The reason is I would show that you can give every hair patch or hair layer his own thickness and another coloring if you want it. Yes, and you can also do with the fiber V give a color range from black to white, or I would show it later. So I close here on the other screen my picture and show other actual rendering with another hair patch. This is also Octane. In the mean, you start the LV modeler, use the Strand Modeler, build your two poly point chains, your hair patches, save it in a Lightwave object and go then to the layouter. I go back to the other screen. We start in some seconds modeler, and I show you the process with the Strand Modeler. And create your hair, and then you start not the FFX, the FiberFX plugin layouter. You need it not if you use the Octane. If you use Octane, you need only one option under object properties, and this option, the name is polygonal hair. And if you activate it, Octane will read the splines and give every spline individual thickness from root to tip. With two numbers, and that I show later, I think, but that's the principle that you can mix many different hair thickness to create a full hair with different looks, yeah, and brightness. So now we go to the Lightwave modeler. You see here the head from the old man. You take a look, we see, oh yes. And this is a normal head, and you need now, if you will grow hair on this head area, you can grow it, and that's the reason I have here second surface. The name is hair, yes, and if I change the different, you can see it here. That's the part we will grow hair. So for that part you can create with the Strand Modeler in a seconds of time some combinations of your hair idea, and then you can layer it and bring it to Octane to combine the layer with thickness and colors and so. So we do it. We go on the setup. I use here the old modeler from 11.6.2, but it's totally unimportant. You can also start the first version from the Strand Modeler from 2008 or the last version from Lightwave 2015 version 2. It's totally unimportant. Important is you start the Strand Modeler and you have a model with a area you will grow hairs. Yes, that means you have to organize a root mesh for your tests, and you have to build a second surface. The name is hair. Yes. So now we start the FiberFX Strand Modeler. That's the tool here, and you see now left. You can grow in different areas your hair. So if I say I will grow the hair only on my patch hair here, this patch here, I can say grow. Yeah, and now you have make a default grow. So now I can play a little bit with the fibers. For example, you take 5000 for the beginning. You can change the length to 80 millimeters. Give the edge quantity here, quality minimum 50 with 100 for longer hair or for complex hair structures. The reason is if you have not enough quantity, you have not enough pulleys to bring your hair in the right way. So now you have here this default, and I can show you what you can do if you have later hair sets. You can load your hair sets. For example, I need a popper cut. In Germany, a popper is a cut with more that way. Yes, and you see I can do it in seconds. Yes. So this is one of the haircuts. You have it, or you like that. Yeah, you take that. So it's all very easy. You can see it. You have your fill layers for filling for the under hairs, and you have final layer. Yeah, you have many different art of hairstyles. If you will go as a coiffeur, as a hair cutter. So, and what we now do is we go back to default, to the root, yes, and make a fresh hair for you. So the first is you grow your hair in that area. Second step is give your eyes enough fiber that you see what you're doing. Yes. Do the edge quality to, for example, 15. So now the next step is to what is the typical thing of hair that have here a curl. Yes, normally. So we can build the curl with a tool. One here with a curl. Give them, for example, 7.5%, and you see here first you have a curl. So the second is normally you have in the end here the hair will go shorter and have not the same length as all hairs. Yeah, you can do it with slope shorten. Go to slope shorten, 100%. You see, schwupp. It is no more. All the hairs have not almost the same length. So here's shorten in the end. So now you can use, for example, the gravity with normal or something. And if you use the gravity, you see here, you can shape your hair with the gravity. And if you give more gravity, you have more shape. For example, I do 15. You see it? It's too much. And you can here say in which direction the hair have to grow in his length. Yes? You can see it? So, it's all very easy. So if you play with it, with all the parameter, you may also slope them. You go here back. And say, for example, use the normals for the gravity right and not the normal gravity, only in epsilon direction. So, and you see it, you can build easy, yes, hairs. Make more curl turns, you have more curly hair, yes. And if you say, okay, that's my haircut, I'm ready, I will have it, you can go in one way and save your hair set. I will not do it, it's stupid. in my case, you can save it, or you say, okay, I will have it in the final. And in the final you need, for a complete hair patch here, 120k hairs. You know? If you will render like pictures like that you have a real look, you have to check the physical parameters from a hair. And the hair have on the head, on a quadrat centimeter, 220 hairs, you know, on 1 quadrat centimeter. And for all you have 120Ks. That means if you build first a ground layer for the hairs, take not 120Ks, take 80 or 90,000 Ks and take the rest, the 30,000 more you have for layering with variations, yes, for strays or for other things, yeah. So you have an interest, funny looking haircut in the end. So and if you say I'm ready and you need 90,000 hairs here, you give it here 90,000. Yes, and you see now it's too mathematical and too exact, and it's a perfect haircut. What you now can do is with the random parameters, you give him a little bit random, yeah, random length 5%. Or you can also give here the x, y, z parameter some randomizing. So what you can also do is, if you become in that way not enough randomizing, is go back to tool 1, and you say randomize curling, and then with the randomize parameter you can see it, you become much variations of curling. Yes. Gehen wir ein bisschen näher ran, near showing. So now you see here your preset hair. Yeah, so you can take, for example, your longer hairs, make it longer. So it's much more, a little bit better. So if you see your final, yeah, you save it out, and it's totally simple. Say okay, I will have it. So now FiberFX will generate 2-point poly changes and save it in the next free slot, in the next free layer here, and then we have it. So we have it. Now we have here the first layer from hairs. So if you take now a look, you will see it's a much polys. It's huge poly masses. So, but you can see you have here the one vertices that's fixed for if you will later animate with physics, with bullet or so, and you have here the two vertices, and the two vertices only the face from the hair, you know. Here the name is per default fiber hair, and you can, for example, in the polygon statistics make active, and then you give him a new texture and tell him popper cut ground, yeah, for example. So you can do it, we will change it, then you save the object, and then you can go to Lightwave. Then there you load in your hair patch, your hair set. Alright, it's in action. We build something. So now if you we go, for example, to show it the principle, yes, with Octane, to the Lightwave Octane object properties here in that panel under geometry. Double click, you have to activate it here. Then you go under poly hair and give this enable the polygon hair and say your hair root thickness is 60 micrometer and the hair tip thickness is 570 micrometers. Yeah, only for example. So, and if you have more than one layer, you can mix it, this hair root thickness and hair tip thickness, yes, from the different layers. Then in the end you have, if you have the right shader in your Octane pipeline, that art of rendering. So that's all what I would show. We have now 15 minutes FFX, FiberFX, some ideas from me, and that's my pipeline in the moment. And I can only talk one more time to everybody: use FiberFX from John Tyndall. That tool is the most underrated hair tool in the world. You can do with that tool everything. Trust me, if you will research a little bit what's the main thing of hair, and if you check all that, yes, and I need for that now 7 or 8 days to check completely what is hair, in what combinations you can see hair, and what's the way to create it with FiberFX Strand Modeler. And after that process you can generate every day if you want, and if you need a AAA, one hair set in one day for AAA photoreal. It's possible you need a second day to make little changes also, but from the principle, if you have an idea, you need not longer than one day for this destination. Yes. So would say the name Lightwave Guru, it's a joke, but it's a deep joke. Then guru means in every other language teacher. Yeah. So and I have no problem with that. I'm teaching you what you can do with FiberFX, but one I cannot hurt anymore. That it's not in function, that's all not in function, it's all in function. The failure sit in the front of the desk, my friend, and that's rule number 2. Yes, and rule number one is never give up. So, and it's part from the community. We are a little fine community, yes, that everybody have to accept. Not a software make a good picture, an artist make a good picture. You must understand it. It makes no sense to battle with other software types, 3D software types, about I can do in Maya or 3D Max or on Cinema or on other tools so fast, so many things. That's a lie. Only fast and good things produce people like me. You have to study it before, you have to understand it before, and you have to imagine it before you can create and beginning with pictures with complexity. And it have complexity. That's not the click clack and we are ready. Yeah. So you must understand it. If you will have very nice pictures, you have to give enough input for the computer. If a computer becomes no input, you become no output. It's totally normal. A computer is stupid as fuck. You can do nothing. A software is also stupid as fuck. You can do also nothing. The only person he can change this situation is yourself. And that's the reason not a software make a failure if you see a bad picture. You are the failure if the software show you a bad picture. So that's what I would say. And the reason is also clear. I not understand that everybody say FiberFX is not a great tool. It's a fucking great tool. So that's what I can say. So enough bad talking. We go now back to friendly models, and I tell you all, if you would have it, if you would have real photoreal hair with Lightwave and Octane, for example, use FiberFX and you will have it. Yes, that's what I would say. Okay, have a nice time. Later I can show it better in another context. This video shit is all bullshit. It's better we have we make a user camp. Yes, and we have a direct talk, and I can show it with Lightwave in real time with some other people and with objects, and so it's much better to show it. And Lightwave is a fucking great tool. You have to brand it in your brain, and you have to tell it everybody. Yes, and it's an often time so in my life. Sit on my computer, a user with another software like Cinema, Maya, the 3D Max. I kill them all. And the reason is, I kill them friendly, you know. But and the reason is that I understand my tools from the root. So, and no, not a software can help you in that way. You have to understand and learn it before, and then you can go better and better. But you are not automatically better than you use a software from another company. That's totally bullshit. I have seen pictures with old Porphyry from for 20 years. So most of you cannot do that with a modern Lightwave. And the reason is not the software, is the factor. The factor is you and yourself. So and if in your head some barriers or sagt man nicht barriers, borders, you cannot go better. You have no chance. You must break that wall. You must break that hate. You must break all that negative shit in your head. Yes, and then you go from scratch to your destination, and then you will win. It's not a secret. It's totally normal. Yeah, it's in every case in your life. So if you go bad and you do fucking things, the life will strike back. And it's also with software. Yeah. So love your software, love Lightwave, love what you do, love yourself, and all would be possible. Yes. So okay, enough talking, enough brainwashing. See you later. Bye.